Welcome to the first episode of the Football Guys You Fantasize About, Ball, Sacks, and Hardwood's first original fantasy football podcast. It's Connor here, the D3LS, and I'm joined by my co-host, the second string starting QB.
Yep. Hey guys, how's it going? So this will be our first fantasy football podcast, and just so you know, officially on the record, me and Connor do not play fantasy football because we are under NCAA rules.
NBD.
But off the record, if we were in a fantasy league, we'd have a Dynasty auction, contract signing league. Off the record, hypothetically. But we still have a bunch of good info for you guys.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about because on the record, we don't play fantasy football, so we have to pour our diehard passions into something, which is this podcast.
Just researching and devoting our lives to fantasy football.
Even though we can't play on the record.
We're fantasy football alcoholics, but besides the point. And when we did play, Connor, would you like to go off the stats?
When me and Colin did play fantasy football over 6 years in a normal standard league, with one PPR league, me and Colin I had 56 wins over the 6 years, and he had 54, and the next closest person in our league had 39. So we averaged about 2.5 to 2.9 wins per year over everybody else in our league, and there was 12 people in that league.
Yeah.
So
hefty lead.
NBD again, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. But we've retired. We made enough money on it. We're retired now.
We retired right before the fall of 2015.
Yeah.
Yep. On the record.
We're sticking to it.
So we're going to start off with a little just NFL news to help you guys get back in the mood for fantasy football coming up here real shortly. It's already June, end of June. These drafts are going to start hitting the floor running. So Eric Decker, released from the Jets earlier this month, he reached a deal with the Titans for 1 year, $3.85 million. Colin, do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, and it'll bring us to another point later with the Titans' new rookie wide receiver. But overall, Eric Decker, I think it's a good landing spot for him. The Jets are awful. They're unloading everyone. Brandon Marshall, another one of their defensive guys today.
Yeah, the linebacker. Patriots just signed him.
Yeah. So they're unloading everyone, tanking for next year. Typical. Mm. But I think it's going to be a good move. Marcus Mariota is an animal in the red zone. He has not thrown a pick, or he has very good numbers. And Eric Decker, a lot of his targets come in the red zone, so I think his touchdown numbers will be up, similar to how they were 2 years ago. And, I think it's going to be a good fit on Tennessee.
Yeah, I just wanted to put in, agree with all Colin's points. I just wanted to say I also think it's going to be good for the up-and-coming rookies on that team because Mariota's only been working with young guys besides their tight end most of his career. So I think it's going to be nice for Mariota to finally have a veteran who's had success in the NFL to be teaching those young guys, and also just a safety valve for him out there.
But we do have to say, because he is a Minnesota guy, so fucking get right.
Get right, Eric Decker. Next, Jeremy Maclin. I actually just found out about this today when Colin told me. No idea why this even makes...
Happened about a week ago. But
no idea why this even makes sense. But he was released by the Chiefs and recently signed by the Ravens for 2 years, $11 million. My theory here is that the Chiefs, who drafted Mahomes in the first round, are kind of a surprise. I think they're just trying to destroy Alex Smith. So just getting rid of his best wide receiver target, not counting Tyreek Hill because he's just all kinds of out there. Yeah. So
bringing in the next Brett Favre with Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes will be out there this year for sure. They're tanking.
Bold take.
They're
hot
tanking.
take.
Yeah.
Mahomes will be starting by the end of the year.
Easy.
Okay.
You want to take the next one, Colin?
Yeah, sure. Raiders and Derek Carr close to a long-term deal that would make him the highest-paid player per year at $25 million. This is coming. He'll be the first one out of the quarterback since they raised the salary cap, right, by, I think it was $11 million per team. I think so. He'll be the first of the newer quarterback signings, and he'll bring in an era where quarterbacks are getting paid a lot more, and they are worth a lot because you see, the good teams have the good quarterbacks. And Derek Carr, I think he's the real deal too, coming off that tough knee injury last year, surrounded by a good team. So I think the Raiders should pay him a lot of money.
I actually think it was lower leg, like tibia, fibula.
Oh yeah,
right?
he broke them both,
not,
didn't he?
Yeah, not as bad as the knee.
Not his knee. Yeah.
Still bad, but
yeah, he'll be ready for
easy
training camp and yeah.
Oh, so well, I was gonna actually ask Colin, what did you think about Derek Carr as being a quarterback, but he answered that. So I'm gonna ask a little. I found this interesting stat, and I wanted to surprise Colin. So, who do you think? So if right now, not counting Derek Carr yet, actually no counting Derek Carr, if he does sign this deal, Derek Carr will be number 1 at 25. Guess throw out who the next top 4 quarterbacks paid in the NFL are. You think?
Phillip Rivers is one of them.
Nope.
Dang it. Joe Flacco.
Nope.
Jeez. Fat Stafford.
Nope.
Jeez. Was it anyone I would expect?
Well, it's like all good quarterbacks, but it's not like. Yeah, I'll just read them to you.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, right, would be coming in second at 24.6.
Okay.
Carson Palmer in third.
Okay.
24.35. Breeze, you'd expect to be up there at 24.25. And then Kirk Cousins franchise tag at 23.9.
I don't get why they don't sign that guy. Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback.
And Brady Rodgers, not even.
I thought they were going to be like all guys I didn't expect, but Carson Palmer is a surprise for sure.
Yeah, should not be
very mediocre now at this point in his career. But yeah, so we're going to go on to our rookie rankings for this year. Now, this is going to be based off of if you have a Dynasty league and you're doing a rookie draft. In our hypothetical Dynasty league, we would be having a 2-round rookie draft on Friday, but we're just going to pretend like we are. So
just for the views.
Yeah, we're giving you our top 15 rookies, and then where you should draft them in a standard league. So you get a little bit of both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and the reason we're going to talk a lot of Dynasty, not just because of the hypothetical league, but also that's pretty much where fantasy football is going to be here within the next, I don't know, at least few years, I think, with all the diehards anyway.
Yeah.
The people that actually care with their friends.
Yeah.
So.
We saw the shift from standard to now it's more PPR, I think.
Yeah, no,
when you see the rankings, the first rankings you see are PPR.
Yeah, if you aren't playing... Basically what we're trying to say, if you aren't playing PPR and thinking about Dynasty, you're just one of those guys that goes on ESPN, does 15 auto draft things, and then is like, well, I won one, I'm so good at fantasy football.
So, we mean this in the nicest way, but get some friends and do it with your friends, because it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. And we'll go into the specifics on how you can run a Dynasty league and how it can be really fun. Potential keepers. We used to do keepers, just one. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, and there's no wrong way, but the right way is to do a Dynasty auction contract league. So we'll explain that to you sometime. But that being said, we'll get on to the rookies. Connor, what's your number 1?
Going back to the Eric Decker signing, Corey Davis, wide receiver out of Western Michigan. Apparently, he had over 50 touchdowns, Colin told me, in college, which is just insane.
52.
How many even years? Probably all 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
But still,
Western Michigan.
52 divided by 4, that's over 48 divided by 316. This is 12 touchdowns a year.
Mm-hmm.
Close to that, anyway. Yeah, 48 divided by 12 is 4, so.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane. And if he gets 10, 3 less in his first year, which I think the Titans are going to be a really balanced offense with Murray and Alabama guy, Derrick Henry, and the running back spot. So they're going to have their run game. Their offensive line is built to run, so they're going to have to play action all day. I think Corey Davis is going to be a great possession wide receiver. Their number 1 wide receiver. Eric Decker is going to just open up the field for him way more than originally planned. I think Corey Davis is just going to be huge this year.
Yep. So he's a consensus number 1 because I have him there as well. Someone might be concerned with him coming out of Western Michigan, a little smaller school. But I mean, Western Michigan played in bowl games. They played the Badgers, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, we beat them.
Yeah. But still, I mean, they play some legitimate teams. I agree, Eric Decker helps his value because if your best wide receiver is a rookie, that spells trouble. They do have Rashard Matthews, who had I have it right here. It was 65 receptions on 102 targets.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty bad. But and Mariota, up and coming quarterback, going to be really good. I think really balanced offense, as Connor said. Watch the tape on this guy. If you're not sold, you will be. Just watch his highlight tape.
There's a reason Tennessee went up to draft him at 5. They went up to there's a reason they drafted him in the top 5.
And they also drafted Tywan Taylor at the slot back. So I think that'll even add to, might take away from his targets. You never know. Hard to say. As will Eric Decker, might take away some targets, but overall, it'll be good. It'll be good in the long run to have that veteran presence, white guy on the team.
He was drafted in the top 5, barely.
Yeah. All right.
Next, I have.
We'll switch out.
Oh, switch out.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Number 2. Oh wait. First of all, I said I'd draft Corey Davis in the 3rd round in a standard league.
Yeah. I'd say 3 or 4, and when we say standard, we mean PPR. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, but just
standard, not dynasty.
Not dynasty. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say in a normal draft, I would draft him late 3rd.
Yeah.
Late 3rd.
Yep, I agree. All right, so my number 2, which I think is different than yours, is Leonard Fournette at LSU on the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're definitely an up and coming offense right now too, with I think fewer pieces than Tennessee. Fournette only has to deal with sharing carries with T.J. Yeldon and Chris Ivory, so
he won't.
Yeah, when you draft a guy that high, you're not going to pay him. Big name like Fournette, or you're not going to share. And both those guys had under 3.75 yards per carry last year. So maybe that worries you about the O-line.
3.75 or 2.75?
Under 3.75.
Oh, under 3,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think he has very high ceiling. And thing you want to be concerned about in fantasy is that you want to be sure he's getting the carries, because at least he'll get goal line carries and things of that nature. It's just about the chances, even if he's not that great of a player right away. So I'd say I said 3rd round for Fournette as well.
Yeah, I would say being number 4 pick. You got to take him at least in the 3rd round. I actually have him as my number 3 player, by the way. But yeah, I would also say around the 3rd round. And the only thing that has me a little worried is their O-line is just... Their offense is up and coming, but their O-line is I haven't even heard... I've heard of one player, their left tackle, Cam Robinson, who I think is already off his team that he got drafted by. And they just drafted him this year. Rookie Cam Robinson. He's the only guy I've ever heard of, and he's going to be a rookie this year. So, I mean... I do like Fournette, though, in that I think he's gonna be the only guy. I think they're done. Yeldon, they gave him his chance to be the number 1 guy, and they went and got Ivory, and he fumbled about 500 times inside the goal line last season. Just awful.
I do think Fournette, out of the other top running backs, he's the only one you really don't have to worry about shared carries.
Yeah, he's definitely the only one.
That's why I had him at number 2.
Yeah. And then the other thing I do like, though, about the Jags is that they brought Blake Bortles back for his 5th year option on his rookie contract, and I think that he's going to turn the offense around this year. He's going to be the 35 touchdown year he had 2 years ago, not last year, but the season before. Al Robinson's going to come back this year. I think they're going to be a really good passing offense, and Bortles will finally cut down on the interceptions. I believe in him. So... Yeah, I think that's going to be a more balanced offense than what the Jags have seen in a long, long time.
What you have at number 2?
So yeah, I have at 2. I'm sure Colin had at 3. I have McCaffrey at 2. For Carolina out of Stanford, he is just going to be a PPR nightmare. I feel like so.
Yeah.
I'm honestly would say 60 catches guaranteed.
Yeah. McCaffrey's like the definition of all-purpose yards.
Yeah, I know.
And he has the potential to be a good returner in the NFL too right away.
Yeah.
I assume once Jonathan Stewart's gone, he won't return anymore. But so Jonathan Stewart will be there for this year for sure. So that'll definitely take away some of his first and second down carries. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. He's definitely a viable flex option in any league with his catching ability. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I think Carolina's going to bounce back. They couldn't be much worse than they were last year with the weapons they had. Cam Newton, he's never really been one to check it down to the running back, but
He's never really had one.
Yeah, that's true. Jonathan Stewart is a receiving tight end or receiving running back. They also got Curtis Samuel, a slot guy. So I think their offense is going to change. But I think, you draft a player to change your offense. They don't draft a player not thinking about that type of thing. So
I'd love to see some option with McCaffrey and Cam Newton. That would just light up the field. That'd be awesome.
I can see them doing that, carrying it out until 30 yards down, pitch to McCaffrey.
Yeah, I can see literally on the goal line, McCaffrey comes in,
yeah.
and then Cam takes it, and then just takes the hugest hit, dumps it to McCaffrey before untouched into the end zone. I can see that happening so many times. So you have to have 3 players, 2 at least, hitting 6'6" Cam Newton to try to get him down the goal line. So I love McCaffrey this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would even say RB2.
Really?
I don't think he's gonna get that hurt on touchdowns. He's gonna have at least 3 or 4 big ones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and then he's gonna be able to get those short passing when it's third down. I think he's gonna end the range at least 7.
Yeah,
which is fine for my RB2.
Yeah.
All right. Back to me. We did Leonard Fournette at 3 for me. So
okay.
So me at 4.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I have a little bit of surprise here. Mike Williams, a wide receiver for the Chargers. People are going to be a little bit worried about the back injury he had in rookie minicamp, but that he's going to be fine. It was just back. It wasn't a big deal or anything. Everybody's already saying he's fine by training camp, so I'm not worried about. And that's not affecting him learning the offense at all, because he can do that in the meetings and stuff. It's just the timing. It's going to be a little rough with Phillip Rivers to start with, and also the different options they have with Williams and Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry. But I still think they wouldn't have got Mike Williams at 7 if they didn't expect him to come in and play right away. And I think he's going to be a good possession wide receiver for Phillip Rivers when Keenan Allen goes down again. And it's because Williams he was a possession wide receiver with him too, but I think they're going to put that role over more towards Williams. And he's also a guy that can go get it in the red zone. So I like that potential there.
I had Mike Williams at 6. I like him in a Dynasty league. I don't know. I don't like him much at all in the standard league. I have him at 6, but I don't even know if I would draft him that high in a standard league. And I'm looking at his stats right now. It looks like his junior year, he missed pretty much the whole year. Freshman and sophomore year, he missed a few games as well. So, and he's injured now, so you could kind of compare him to a Sammy Watkins, for sure, which is concerning. But overall, he has that go up and get the ball ability.
Mm-hmm.
Not super fast, but definitely a deep threat. So a viable fantasy option for sure. But I have my concerns with Mike Williams.
Yeah, I guess I just see Mike Williams he's kind of like the same idea, a little bit shorter than Mike Evans, but not the fastest guy, but a big body, can go up and pretty much catch anything if it's in his radius. So I'm hoping Evans had 13 touchdowns his rookie year, didn't he?
Hot take.
Something like that.
So you know how Mike Evans made Johnny Manziel look a lot better in college?
Oh, so this is going.
Yeah. Mike Williams made Deshaun Watson look a lot better in college. Deshaun Watson is gonna bust hard, dude. He's gonna bust.
That was a bad trade up.
What?
That was a bad trade up by the Texans.
Yeah.
Get that 12th spot.
Dude, Tom Savage, man. He's going to be good.
Such a great quarterback. There's no way that quarterback name could fail.
No.
No way.
I wish my first name was Savage. Savage Bursick. You should just switch it around. Anyway. So, like I said, Mike Williams at number 6 for me. Where'd you say you would take him in a standard league?
I wouldn't even touch him close to the top 3. Maybe I think a little bit higher than you. Probably like I'd say 7, 8.
Yeah, I had between 6 and 8, so
No,
same difference.
7, 8.
Yeah. So at my 4, I had none other, Pack-a-Punch himself, Joe Mixon, out of Oklahoma. So this guy, he's got major upside, obvious off the field issues. When he hit that girl, just knocked her clean. So that's always tough. And I think he's had other incidences similar, but the guy is freaking explosive. He had to share carries. He only had 15 carries a game in college, but still had an unreal production. We'll talk about his backfield mate here in a little bit.
Mates,
yeah. Well, he's sharing, yeah. In Cincinnati, he's got other backfield mates as well. Giovanni Bernard, coming off an injury but could still make a difference, and Jeremy Hill, who's always been the goal line guy, so that could definitely take away touchdowns for him. So this year you might be relying on Mixon for the big play. Not to say he can't do it. I think he has all the skills to be a very good NFL running back. Where do you have him at?
I have him at 7 only because really scares me because Bernard's not that old. Jeremy Hill's still not that old, even though he's had the bad yardage totals the last 2 years. But I think it's still going to be his 4th year in the league. So I just see if Mixon doesn't prove himself early, which he definitely could, but I can see him as kind of just getting stuck behind him for more than 1 year, which kind of scares me because I wouldn't want to see Mixon sitting on my bench in Dynasty League for his whole first contract.
Yeah.
That would be really... that's why I have him at 7. I definitely think he has the potential. If he was on the Packers, would have drafted him in the 2nd round when they could have went and gotten him. I would probably be 2.
Awesome. I probably would have a jersey already.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Plus, Marvin Jones, the Bengals head coach, is known to not play rookies much at all. So I think that hurts him a little bit.
Jeremy Hill.
He's a rookie.
I think so. And that's when he had the big touchdowns years for his first year. I don't
That
know.
was
I'll
his first year?
I'll look it up. But also, I have a little theory of that that he's going to be under Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's going to take Joe Mixon under his wing in Cincinnati. And not football-wise, but life-wise. And he went to TCU, so he's a Christian. So Joe Mixon's probably not going to get in any more trouble. All I'm trying to say.
The Red Rocket
don't have to worry
himself,
about that.
Just off the football field.
Just somebody you want to take home to meet your father.
Joe Mixon. Hot take.
Joe Mixon's going to be
dating your daughter.
Yep.
What?
All right. So that was your 4th?
Mixon was my 4th,
Okay,
yes.
so now let's say your 5th.
My 5th was Dalvin Cook.
Agreed.
Start with get right. Went to Minnesota. Are you fucking
God.
serious? What a loser.
God.
No, Dalvin Cook, I think he'll be a good player, potentially be a 3-down running back. Concerns with having Latavius Murray just signed by the Vikings. But he is also coming off an injury.
And he's never been that great.
Yeah. The only reason he's been fantasy viable is because he has a lot of chances, a lot of carries.
Yeah, he's not
in
no
the Raiders.
competitions.
Yeah, and he averages barely 4 yards a carry, if that.
Mm-hmm. They'll just throw you a few touchdowns here and there, 1-yard touchdowns when Derek Carr drives them down the field, and then they throw Latavius a bone because he didn't get a carry the entire drive.
We feel bad for you. Pulled the old Trent data when you ran.
But yeah, I also think Dalvin Cook has the 3-down the 3-down coming in for sure, because Latavius Murray is never really known for catching passes. I mean, he's had a few games where he's gone off and just caught a weird amount of passes, But I think Dalvin Cook was known at Florida for being a good pass catcher, except for that one ball where he was wide open and it got kind of underthrown, and then he looked away and then dropped like an easy touchdown on bounds.
I remember that one.
That was a brutal play. But yeah.
Last 2 years at Florida State, 19 touchdowns rushing each, and then the receptions go 24 and 33.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, still good though.
Yeah.
For college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think he can be definitely good. I have him in standard leagues at 5th round, but I might say even a little later, just with Latavius Murray being in the system as well.
Yeah.
Because you know he's going to get carries, maybe goal line carries. So.
Yeah, I would say like sixth probably, because that's when I started drafting my my third running back. I already had my first two, so I'd get my running back, wide receivers, QB, then right on that 6th round, I'd say in a standard, that's when I would be starting to look at Dalvin Cook type.
Mm-hmm.
So go on next to my 6. I got John Ross, wide receiver in Cincinnati. Oppo, AJ Green. First time AJ Green's ever going to have like a huge guy, because Marvin Jones wasn't good until he got to Detroit and had Fatty Stat thrown to him. So I think John Ross going to be that deep threat opposite AJ Green that's just going to be able to blow open the top of coverages when people forget and they're like, oh, I got to go cover a 6-time Pro Bowler in 6 years, AJ Green right now.
While John Ross is just sneaking down the sidelines at 4.22 speed.
There's no way he can lose. Like, literally, if you just hit a foot race every time, if they're playing press on him, he's going to win.
Yeah.
He has to take somebody over the top with him every time.
You think
he's just faster than him.
Yeah. They also have Brandon LaFell, who might be over him at first.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Especially in Dynasty.
In Dynasty, yeah. Just with Marvin Lewis as a head coach, I have my doubts. And do you think John Ross could get off the press, a little guy like him?
I feel like that it won't really matter. I don't know. It's like OBJ is like 5'10", 190 something, isn't he?
He's got to be 6 foot.
I don't think he is. Jarvis Landry can do it, but Jarvis Landry's thick. But yeah, I think he's fine. I think John Ross is fine off the press. I'm not worried about that in fantasy football.
19 touchdowns for John Ross last year.
Yeah, he could get off it in college. He's going to be going up against his practice bud when they play the Packers.
Oh, Kevin King.
Kevin King.
Yep.
Probably torched him in practice a few times.
Probably.
Now I'm just worried now about playing the Bengals.
Probably.
Because Kevin King's probably going to be on him. No, Kevin King's the one. But yeah, so John Ross 6 for me. I don't know where you had him, Colin.
I had John Ross at 8.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah. But where do you have him?
Oh, for around the same area as Mike Williams, that 7-8 range.
Mm-hmm. That's where you're going to see a lot of these guys going, I think.
But yeah, I also think, I was talking with Colin about this before we started, that I think John Ross with Andy Dalton over Will Fuller having Brock Osweiler and still like being pretty productive in his, besides touchdowns, being pretty productive in his rookie season. I think John Ross is going to be better than Will Fuller. So especially in standard league, if you liked Will Fuller for that 1 year, I think John Ross is definitely like worth at least. That's like his floor to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
scoop him up in the later rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
I had that was Mixon for me, so you take it.
Samaje Perine. Pirine, whatever you want to say. I like Pirini
I don't
better.
know how to say his name.
So,
but he's I'm gonna go with Perine.
Perine, I think it's Perine, but he was Joe Mixon's backfield mate at Oklahoma. He got more carries on average, I think, than Joe Mixon.
He's a bigger guy than Mixon.
Bigger guy. He's more like a bruiser, kind of like a Dougie Martin or Marshawn Lynch.
Is he the guy that when Melvin Gordon set their record and for most rushing yards in one game, then like a week later, was that him?
Could have been.
I need to know.
It's fine. But yeah, Perini is on the Redskins now, so his challenger right now is Rob Kelly. So I'm not too concerned about
Fat Rob.
Yeah, Fat Rob. I think he can definitely take that backfield job and be very effective in the NFL. Seems like the bruising backs are more of a safe option for fantasy football.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
right away
As rookies. That's why Leonard Fournette too.
Yeah. Art Kelly he hasn't proven.
Are you saying Art
yet.
Kelly?
R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly. You're saying Art
Kelly. No, R. Kelly, like our truth.
Yeah, but like Art Kelly, like the rapper.
Yeah.
All right, same guy. All of them are the same people.
It's very talented. Very talented.
Very talented man.
Did you find out if Perini?
Yeah, he was. He broke the Melvin Gordon's record 1 week after Melvin Gordon said it. That's tough for us Wisconsin boys.
Yeah, but
that actually makes me not. That's why I have Perini at 11. Because of that. Actually, no, not because of that. Because I just had to look that up. But I had Perini at 11, mostly just because I don't think Washington's going to be very good this year. Their defense isn't anything good in the front seven. Their secondary is getting better, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to be good. And I think they're going to throw the ball a lot, and I think it's going to be a little mix of Rob Kelly and Perini. For the I don't know how to say his name.
I hope I'm moving messed up.
I think it's going to be
a
lot of his first year is going to be a mix between the two, but eventually he's going to take over for sure. So Dynasty, I probably should have him higher than 11, but I made a different choice of a running back that I had higher. So, but yeah, I just don't think that the Redskins are going to be very good for a few. And plus, if they keep not giving Kirk Cousins money, then
that makes no sense. I
don't get there. Yeah, they're just not going to be able to settle down. But yeah, I definitely don't think he's going to be bad. I would definitely draft him like higher than Mike Williams and John Ross in a standard league.
Yeah, I said 6, but I would even go 5 just because he is a guy who can actually start this year for sure.
And be a 3.
Yeah.
3 guy.
Yep.
Oh wait, actually probably can't be a 3 guy because they have Chris Thompson. He's like straight up. That's all he does. So maybe not. Maybe they don't have him anymore. But if they do have Chris Thompson, then he won't be a 3 guy this year anyway.
I'm not sure. I don't.
No, I'll look it up. But yeah, so we can move on to 8.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're at 8 now? Yeah, because that was year 7. All right. Well, you want to start with 8 because I'll look this up.
I have John Ross at 8, so...
Oh, sorry. I will start it. Okay, I'm just going to look... Sorry.
Just say who you have and all.
Oh, yeah. I have the Kareem Hunt at Kansas City.
Kareem Hunt. All right, out of Toledo.
Love that.
Yeah. Nice unis at Toledo. Anyway, Kareem Hunt, another guy very decorated in his college days. I don't know exactly his numbers are nearly 15 touchdowns, lots of yards. Goes into this Kansas City running back where the leader's Spencer Ware, who did fine.
Was that 2 years ago or last year he was good?
I think it was 2 years ago because last year he had on 200 some carries, 900 some yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
So that's pretty poor on Kansas City who wants to run the ball a lot.
And that they're gonna have Pat Mahomes slinging it in the late season. Don't forget about that. They're gonna need to run it a lot.
Yeah, they are going to. But and to take away Maclin, I think you have even more people in the box too.
That is true, definitely. But if assuming they took away Maclin because Tyreek Hill's gonna be on the field a lot more and they're gonna be running those reverses and all these trick plays all the time, you would be assuming
that could open up the field.
Yeah, that could open up the field.
Definitely. Yeah, but Kareem Hunt in winning the job, he's like Kareem.
Yeah, he could definitely be a starter this year.
Yeah, so he's a good option in standard league as well.
So yeah, basically I just was looking at the 2 and I was like, I'll put Hunt at 8 because he's got a cool name because he's gonna be Hunt touchdowns. And then I put Perrine at 11, and because I wasn't switching who I had at 9 and 10, so that's basically what I did there.
We could do something with Perrine's name, P. Ryan. I don't know. We'll think about it later. We'll come back to you with nicknames for all these guys, but we had a hard enough time deciding on our fantasy football podcast name.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I hope hopefully you guys give him some feedback. Let us know what you think.
Chris Thompson also is on the Redskins, so Perini probably won't be this year, but definitely in the future.
Yep. Okay, well, my number 9 was Kareem Hunt, so...
Well, I'll take it away again. O.J. Howard, tight end, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston is about to hot take it. At least the top 6 QB this year. He's coming up.
I agree.
Top 6, maybe even top 5. I'll give him 5, actually. I'll give him 5.
Really?
Behind Rodgers, 1, Brady, 3, Derek Carr, 2, 4, I don't even know. Jameis Winston, 4. Matt Stafford, maybe. I like Matt Stafford, 4.
Okay.
That's my top 5.
Tampa Bay also added Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, oh God.
So that
offense is
that's another deep threat
something
besides Mike Evans. So you can't really just double team Mike Evans all the time anymore.
Yeah.
But so I had O.J. Howard at 15 on my list.
Oh.
Last on the list.
Oh.
Coming out of Bama.
That just that targets thing.
It's a Cameron Brate thing.
Oh, I don't know about Cameron Brate.
Cameron Brate, 25 years old, had a nice year last year. 8 touchdowns. Not a whole lot of targets. I mean, I've heard they have a good amount of 2 tight end sets.
Yeah.
So, but do you want to share for fantasy?
I suppose.
Standard League, I wouldn't touch Howard this year.
I would touch him. I don't think Cameron Brate. I feel like Cameron Brate ended up having a few good games because there was no other tight end in Tampa Bay to even do anything with. And then he just happened to get open at times and scored, 6, 8 touchdowns?
8, yeah.
8 touchdowns. That's pretty good for a tight end, but
yeah.
I don't think he's that good. Where did he go to Harvard? Did he go to Harvard?
He played college football at Harvard, yes. Smart dude.
Yeah. Well, that's why. You know, those Harvard guys, they have one good year, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then they get benched.
That's true. Only other Harvard guy I know.
Just saying.
No, but yeah. I definitely could have had him higher, but I just don't want him.
Yeah.
Just because.
Alright, you want to go with your 9 then?
9 was Kareem Hunt, so I'll go with my 10.
Go with your 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. Your 10,
yeah.
Sorry.
My 10... one you might not expect or know, Carlos Henderson from Louisiana Tech. So I'll tell you a little bit about Carlos Henderson. He's only 5'11". He's an outside receiver.
OBJ?
The next OBJ. I'm telling you. The yards after the catch are insane for this guy. He was the only... He tied with Corey Davis for 19 touchdowns this last year, but his yards after catch were first in the country, and his forced missed tackles, he was number 1 at 48. Guess what number 2 was at?
25.
It was at 20. So he had over double the second place guy.
Where do you play?
Louisiana Tech.
Alright.
So...
I mean, it's still insane,
D1.
but...
yeah.
Still
Just watch...
Stat.
He's one of these guys that you just watch the film on, and you'll love him.
Where was he drafted?
3rd round, I think.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 3rd round.
Obviously, I didn't have him I didn't have him in my top 15, but I mean, assuming the people that listen to this, that might be in a hypothetical draft on Friday. Colin might just screw himself there.
Yeah, fuck. We gotta wait to post this until Saturday.
Yeah, gonna have to get that 2nd round draft pick up a little sooner.
First overall in the 2nd.
I can think of a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, obviously Denver. He's got Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas in front of him, but I think right away he'll be more of a slot receiver at WR3. So
got Simeon in there.
Simeon will chuck it around a little bit.
You got Lynch in there, you got Simeon in there.
Simeon will put his semen on the ball and just chuck it everywhere. See where it goes.
I do like that, but I like how that sounds.
I'm saying, both those guys are 30. He's going to be learning from them, so I think he's a great pickup in Dynasty leagues for sure. Standard leagues, late rounds, 10, maybe past. High ceiling, fairly low floor for this year, but overall, I think he'll be a great player.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him in a standard league myself, but I don't know about calling. Maybe like however, like 16th round, sure. I'd take him in the 16th round, 17th round.
I think he could be a possession receiver this year if he's just because it's straight up slapback. Like I don't know what the.
I'll take him instead of my kicker. I just won't draft a kicker.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. No, I'm saying in a standard league. I don't do standard leagues. Not on the record. I don't do standard leagues.
I don't
do any leagues on the record.
Shit. No. All right. What's your number 10?
Ninjoku.
He's at my 11.
Great last name. Yeah. Probably comes in since I don't have Terrell Pryor anymore, who I think is a great wide receiver. We didn't talk enough when we talk about Redskins people. Yeah. But anyway, they don't have Terrell Pryor anymore, so. Ninjoku, honestly, is the best receiver, best catcher on that team now? Kenny Britt. Okay, so Ninjoku's the best catcher on that team.
Dude, Kenny Britt's good as hell. Anyway, Njoku, and as soon as they drafted him, they dropped Gary Barnidge too.
Yeah, so he's the real deal.
Yeah, he's gonna get his chances, his targets, even though it comes from Brock Osweiler, the fantasy receiver killer, but
the real life receiver killer, the DeAndre Hopkins murderer,
Broctopotamus, Brocket Power,
Brachiocephalopoulos.
Yeah, whatever. Get right, Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, seriously. Enough about Brown stock.
Yeah, I'm getting disgusted just talking about it, but.
In my top 10.
Yeah, Njoku anyway, super athletic dude, has the ceiling to be up there with Kelsey and Gronk, but you don't often see those super athletic tight ends be very bad in the NFL. I don't think,
and I
can't think of any. Anyway.
You also have to assume that Gary Barnidge had a crazy tight end year once with a really bad Browns team, so I think Njoku can do that way easier. Yeah. So, I had Perini at 11. So.
Okay. So I'll go to my 12 then.
Okay.
My 12 was Alvin Kamara on the Saints from Tennessee.
Yeah, definitely not. Where would you say Ninjoku? I'd say like 10th.
Oh, 11th. For rounds?
I'd take him like my tight end one in like the 10th round.
I would, yeah. I mean, it depends what other positions you have.
I wouldn't take him as my tight end one in like anywhere else but after 10.
I'd probably do him a little bit earlier than that.
Oh wow. Right.
If I'm in need of a tight end and I have my other stuff before that. Yeah. But yeah, Alvin Kamara, obviously behind Mark Ingram and AP, but I think he could be a decent third down running back this year, PPR format. Saints are always doing that shit where they have a running back by committee. Fantasy owners hate them. Sean Payton hates Mark Ingram, so maybe he gets a chance. I don't know.
AP's gonna die. He's 64 this year.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara's a guy you want to stash in your Dynasty league for sure because he's gonna get a chance. Definitely within the next 3 years.
I can see Mark Ingram getting cut. Yeah. For sure if he doesn't.
Mark Ingram's also getting way older than you think, or not you, but people think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would draft Alvin Kamara in probably really late, same with the guy from Denver.
Carlos Henderson.
Yeah, I would say 16th, 17th round, hoping that AP's too old and Sean Payton hates Ingram enough.
Yeah, some of these guys at the late rounds are gonna. One of these guys is gonna blow up, just like Doug Martin did his rookie year.
Yeah,
where no one expects it. So be on the lookout for these guys, even in standard leagues.
So at 12, who I don't really want to talk about because I've been talking about tight ends for a long time. I have Evan Ingram, who I actually said I hate coming out because he's small, but I think he'll be fast, and I think the Giants will be really good this year. So they'll be sharing the wealth. I don't see him getting more than 5 touchdowns, but I just didn't like enough people behind him to put them higher than him because I think he's safe for some production, especially with OBJ, Brandon Marshall, Slack guy, what's his name? Sterling Shepard.
Yeah,
Sterling Shepard. There's no way he's not finding himself wide open at times. And if the Giants below mediocre tight ends before him could score in like a committee, I think Ingram as the main guy can do enough to be a top 15 rookie.
Yeah, his size is a concern to keep him on the field, I think, but he ran like a 4.4.
Yeah, they'll feed him.
4.45, I think.
They'll feed him.
Yeah, he's got to get the ball at some point. He's not in my top 15, but I could see him being in a top 15 list. My number 13 is Deontay.
Foreman.
The apostrophes messed me up, but yeah, Deontay Foreman. He's on Texas. Good. Okay. Behind Lamar Miller, but Lamar Miller, has been less than impressive throughout his career. I can see him being shoved out the door for this guy. He's very talented. Where is he from?
Texas.
He is from Texas. Homegrown. Fans are gonna love him. So.
Yeah, I definitely think Deontay Foreman. I heard a lot of people saying before the draft even started that he's like could have been the second best back, like just like power, like Leonard Fournette style back. So I definitely think if you're getting him on your team, and with Lamar Miller not being the best, he's more of the catcher though. Miller will be still, but I definitely think that Foreman can make an impact as a rookie, kind of like a Murray. I can never think of his name on the first try. DeMarco Murray, and oh my God,
Derek Henry.
Derek Henry. Yeah. I think they can be like that, where Foreman's more of the Henry and Miller's more of the Murray, but that was still not like a bad combination last year.
Plus, Alf. Every once in a while, so maybe either way, Deontay Foreman is worth having, even in a standard league.
I would definitely draft him like 14 to maybe 13, depending on what my team's looking like.
He has a fairly decently high floor,
yeah,
compared to these other guys for this year.
Yeah, I had who was that? Your 13?
13.
Yeah, I had Kamara there. So, and then I had Donta 14.
14. So. All right. Okay, I'll go on to my 14 then, I guess. Zay Jones. But for the Buffalo Bills, he was out of East Carolina, I believe. 158 receptions his senior year. Unreal numbers. 158 and only I say only
13 games max.
His yards were 1,400 or 1,500, which is a lot, but seems like his yards per catch wouldn't be that much.
He's like the epitome of slot guy.
Yeah. And he's pretty big for a slot guy too, 6'2".
Yeah. Maybe he will be on the edge. I don't know.
Could complement Sammy Watkins if he's ever healthy.
Could play as number one because they might not have Sammy Watkins.
Very easily. And their third guy is Andre Holmes, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, I just talked me into Zay Jones, my top 10 right there.
Yeah, I know I did. But yeah, Zay Jones definitely a dude to look at if you're in Dynasty, early second round. I would definitely draft him in Standard League too.
Yeah, for
sure. Low valued guy.
Well, I mean, you're just talking me into Zay Jones in the 10th round and the Standard League even higher. Oh my God, 158 receptions. There's nobody in front of him, basically. Dude. There's dead Sammy Watkins in front of him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And LaShawn McCoy is going to be that whole offense.
Put Zay Jones as my 10 now instead of the tight ends. Just want that on the record. Zay Jones is now in my top 10. But I actually had him written down at 15, but I actually have a backup 15, so
all right. Okay, I got Zay Jones' stats up. Oh, excuse me on that yards number. 1,700. But only 8 touchdowns. That's what was low. 8 touchdowns or 158. 6'2", 201.
Wow. 201. That's kind of skinny, but 6'2" and only had 8 touchdowns. That's kind of a weird thing going on there, but I need to look up Zay Jones' combine now. But yeah, I expect... Well, I mean, that's crazy, though. I'm sold on him. He's going to be the number 2 guy coming in the door.
Yeah.
You're at a 4.45. Oh, my God.
4.45.
He's the number 1 performer in his 20-yard shuffle. 4 seconds. 4.01. That's
Damn.
fast. He was also the top performer in the 60-yard shuffle. That's probably why he's 158 catches, because nobody can touch him to start out the line.
Especially when he's playing for East Carolina.
Yeah, it's true. But still.
Yeah. Yeah. He had 300.
I love him.
He had 399 career receptions in 4 years. It's pretty radical.
Yeah. Zay Jones in the top 10.
Zay Jones is dude. Alright. 15.
My 15, I had a guy we already talked about. We were talking about McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel. He won that big game against Michigan for Ohio State on that trick play thing, that whatever it was. And he's a big player, that's all I'm trying to say. Wins big games.
Big players make big plays in big games.
He'll be number 2 passing option on the Panthers this next year, behind Benjamin. Well, I mean, McCaffrey too, but the second wide receiver passing option behind Benjamin. And he's going to be that slot guy that Cam Newton's also hasn't really had. So I think their new that offense we were talking about, they're probably going to have to switch around. I really think he's going to get a lot of receptions, like 60, 70, 80 even. So I think he's going to be up there, depending on. And Kelvin Benjamin's looking a little fat.
Yeah, he's a chunk guy.
Fat.
Yeah. My 15 was O.J. Howard, so.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have to talk about him.
And those are our rookies, Dynasty, and Zay Jones or Curtis Samuel. I would say like 16, 17 round.
Yeah, worth picking
Kinda
up. Worth picking up.
On your bench.
Yeah.
Just fill your last 4 spots on your bench with rookie spaces.
Hopefully you're the only one in your league listening to this podcast.
You're gonna hit all of the booms that nobody's expecting, and they're gonna be like, "Why do you have all 4 of these guys?" It's just
because I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
You're gonna look like you go to Hart. You're gonna look like your Cameron Braid out there if you're a fantasy team. Just name your team the Cameron Braid.
We just might as well say this right now. You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyway, there are rookie rankings. So we were going to go over...
Oh, yeah. We're also going to throw those up on the website.
Yep.
Ballsacks, hardwood.com. Look up that. There's a lot of good stuff on there, too. A little promo for the boys back at BSHW. So, yeah, these rankings will be out, so you can print those off if you want to.
They'll be out on Saturday, though, because our rookie draft, hypothetically, would be, not actually, maybe... Not seriously, but I am on Friday.
Well, I mean, we could do it, though, because Mitch would be the only guy that would look at it because he's in Mitch Meyer in BSHW, but I mean, he's too dumb. He's too dumb. He wouldn't even know. If we just didn't tell him we did this, he wouldn't even go on to look.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so we're going to go on and just say who we think has the most potential to be a bust and who has the most potential to become a Hall of Famer out of this draft class.
I'll go first with Hall of Famer. Oh, I want to say Zay Jones now, but I won't. Really, the only guy for me is Corey Davis. I think teaming up with a young third year in the league, Mariota, they're going to be like Reggie Wayne, Peyton Manning type thing going on there.
Been together for a
long time, and I think he's going to come in day one, just start putting up numbers, and he's just going to keep doing it for the next 10, 15 years in the league, just being a solid contributor. Like AJ Green kind of deal, just Pro Bowl every year once he came into the league.
Yeah. And your bust?
You want to do your Hall of Famer first? Or?
No.
I'll just do my bust.
Yeah,
I'll do my bust. My bust is gotta be Fournette. Just has to be. Because either what's going to happen is Fournette's going to be good or great his rookie year, and if that happens, then he'll go on to have at least a good career. But if he's bad year one, he just might be done. Just might be over. Too much hype. Much hype.
With that line and iffy team, you think that's what could make him bad?
Yeah.
Just to start with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it.
It's no Zeke Elliott going forward to the just one down year Cowboys with the best offensive line in the NFL. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, true. So mine's a little unorthodox. It's actually the same player for both. Potential to be biggest bust and potential to be a Hall of Famer. Joe Mixon.
No.
I think it could be his own worst enemy, get in trouble, get behind those guys, maybe have a bad attitude about it. I don't know. By those guys, I mean Jeremy Hill and Gio Bernard. So I think he could end his career early, or I think he has all the skill in the world where he could be one of the best running backs in the league. So.
Yeah. Well, we already decided that you can't be a bad guy because Andy Dalton's already figured that out. So, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Him and Andy Dalton's just like peas and carrots.
Oh, yep. Which one's which?
Obviously,
Yep.
Carrot is Joe Mixon.
What? Love those guys.
Andy Dalton fits
like
so well on the Bengals with the orange, dude. Never thought about that before.
Andy Dalton and Joe Mixon are just the opposite people.
God, dude, they're gonna fit. They're gonna be such good friends, though.
Joe Mixon walks in the door, Andy says hi, and he's like, "Do we just become best friends?"
No. This is how it's gonna go. They're gonna go up to each other. They're gonna do a bro hug, and then at the same time, they're gonna say, "Sup, bro."
Well,
Did we
just become best friends?
Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Anyway, enough on that tangent.
And enough on the rookies.
Enough on the rookies, yeah. We're gonna end each episode, I think, with giving you all a tip for your league to be a successful, I don't want to say likable, but like functional and good fantasy football team owner.
Yeah.
Just be like good. You know?
You'll be everybody's worst nightmare. That's what we want.
Dope as hell.
Yeah, that's what we want. Everybody like comes into the league going like, oh fuck, we gotta play against this team again.
Who's that? I don't remember. Roy Jones Jr. He has that song, "Here for the Game and all the pussy that come with it." That song is gonna be about you after you listen to these tips.
Exactly. You wanna go first?
Sure.
All right, I'll go first.
Fuck God. Alright. No, you go.
Okay,
that's fine.
So my tip is to know your opponents in your league. You got to know what players each one of your opponents are obsessed with, who their favorite teams are, what the people they're hearing the most about. You have to know all that stuff just basically as trade bait. So that's like what I'm trying to get at. Is you can't win in fantasy without trading. It's just a fluke if you do. Eli, if you listen to this, it's a fluke. So you just have to know everything about your opponents. You gotta know who the players they like, what players they're most likely to trade for, and like also kinds of things like what kind of shit talk gets them off their game, what might make them like what kind of things that they listen to that you could influence them a lot with, and you just gotta like always be talking basically to your league, getting to know them, and also just knowing what sets them off to be able to mess them up easily and be able to throw them off and give them a bad advice. Because you gotta win, just destroy everybody else.
I like that. I know you've done it to a few people in our league, and R.I.P. to them. They
3
suck.
chips.
Yeah. Hypothetically, though.
No, those are real. Those are pre 2015.
Yep.
Fall.
So my tip is a little less about strategy, a little more about not being a piece of shit. It's about your league name. If you're going on the internet and looking up fantasy football team names, you are a born loser. Okay, you should have a league rule, as we have, that you can't use those names. Gotta be original, personal, whatever. Can relate to your team names. You know, if you have Jake Butt on your team, that's a great start. You know, work with that. If someone took a dookie in the shower on your team, work with that one too. Anyway, just be original, be personable. Makes the league a lot funner. Yeah.
Alright, got an idea quick.
What's that?
I'm gonna each think of a player, then I'm gonna give you that player. You gotta make a team name up on the spot for him.
Jeez.
And then you give me one, and whoever's better wins.
It is.
Don't make it a hard player, though.
Alright, Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin, gonna James Harden cook your ass all year long. I don't know what the character's limit is, but... Oh, no, the James or the Dalvin Cook or the little B's gonna cook you into next year. Something like that.
Alright.
That's my team name.
Okay.
Alright. You ready?
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota.
Oh my God! What? Mariota. Okay. I'm gonna be.
I could help you. I thought I went already.
That's something with Mary motorboating your mom or something like that. I couldn't think of how to word it though. Get back to me. We'll make it.
Mine was something about like Barack Obama's Mariota's dad because they're both from Hawaii. Something like that. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Something like Mary boating. I don't know.
That was still pretty good though.
Something about motorboating can work in there.
That was on the spot, people. So actually, if you listen to this and need help making your team name, send those in to us, and we'll DM us on Ball-6 Hardwood or at Ball-6 Hwood on Twitter or Instagram. DM us, and we'll get back to you on team names.
It is still getting it off the internet, but if it's coming from us, it's all right.
You don't have to tell though. That's why you DM us.
Yeah.
We won't tell. It's safe space here. Safe space.
It is.
All right, I think that ends our 3 hour and 55-minute long episode.
The inaugural one.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through in the inaugural one.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. I think maybe in the next couple days, maybe next week, we'll have some sort of rankings we'll do every week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to add some humor for you guys. Try to make it listenable for everyone, new fantasy football owners. Experienced ones. We'll go over our new Dynasty league that some people might be in. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff, all of it.
So yeah, I think that's about ends us. Remember, read up on your rookies, and we'll be back shortly. What are we gonna try to do here? Maybe hopefully 2 a week.
Yeah.
That's our goal for right now. I don't know, maybe we'll get crazy and have some special episodes thrown in there. But yeah, keep please joining us, the football guys you fantasize about.